Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. Today's pick a card reading is one of the most interesting I've done yet. How they act versus how they actually feel. And this is the person who is on your mind. In front of me, I have 3 different options, each with a different image and stone. Choose the one that really calls out to you. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, let's get started. Hey, group number 1. Okay, so how do they act versus how they actually feel? Okay, so I'm going to be using 2 different decks for how they're acting. Your guys' group has a very specific message, so if you don't feel like this is your message, feel free to choose another pile. But this is definitely coming across as somebody you guys were somehow involved with romantically. I am getting strong ex vibes, but they don't necessarily have to be. I see though that you two cut off from this connection. Okay. Like a total disconnect. Okay, there might have been unfriending, blocking, like deleting or blocking each other's numbers, okay? But I still feel like there's still that connectedness towards each other. Like energetically, I feel like you both still feel connected, and that's why you're why you're checking out these videos. And I feel like it's mutual, regardless of this lack of action and this physical disconnect. It's coming across though like this person has or is trying to move on with somebody else, or at least they're appearing that way. And they act like they're super focused on money, which I mean they are, but that's like the action that's showing up. All right, I'm gonna wait to get into this card. Okay, so let's take a look at the tarot to see how they act versus how they feel. Okay, we have a Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. Okay, so for this one I only drew 3, and the Wheel. Okay, so if there is any action towards you guys at all, it is very slow and minimal with the Knight of Pentacles here. Okay, so in fact, I'm getting almost like this person kind of leaves you breadcrumbs, so to speak. So they'll give you just enough to kind of keep you interested and curious and thinking about them, but then like nothing. Okay, and that could be literally like if you guys are still friends on social media, or they check out your profile or post here and there, they might click like, okay? That could be once in a blue moon, or maybe it's just clicking like, checking out your story. So they give you something, but it's not a lot. Like the bare minimum, basically, is what I'm seeing with that. And they're just so in observer mode. Okay, with the Queen of Swords. This is probably why you still feel their energy. Because they do check you out. Even if you guys aren't friends on social media, they could have a fake account. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, they know what you're up to somehow. And if you don't have a social media, okay, they could be asking about you. I'm just getting this person, they're somehow aware of you and what you're doing, what you're up to. But the one thing I feel like they're not exactly aware about is like how you feel about them. So it's interesting that you both feel like you're in the dark as far as that goes. So it's kind of like on paper, you two feel like you should move on, right? And it's kind of like it's got that feeling of like by default, this person, they're seen to be with someone, and that's what I mean about you guys having like a very specific message coming through. With the Wheel here though, again, I'm getting this bit of hope. Like deep down, I think you both feel like regardless of what's going on right now, you both could be trying to move on, right? Seeing somebody else, entertaining other people, but I just get this really strong connectedness between each other, that it's like, I don't feel like these new people compare. So it's like you're both kind of doing it because you feel like that's what you should be doing right now. But I get that deep down you both feel like you're the one. Okay, and that's what makes you both feel so connected still, regardless of what went down and you two not communicating. It's kind of got that feeling of the heart wants what the heart wants, you know. Selena Gomez, check out that song. I do feel like that kind of like relates to you guys. Like when she's like, you got me sipping on something I can't compare to nothing. You know, and after this fever, I'm hoping that after this fever, I'll survive. Okay. And it's just basically saying, like, nobody compares to you. You know, it's like somebody who feels addicted to somebody. I kind of get those vibes with this. And even if you guys are like, this doesn't make sense, we're not a logical match, we're trying with other people, it's like you both still always go back to each other, is like the feeling that I get. All right. So let's look at their feeling. Also, this is the overall energy, and we have the Three of Pentacles. So again, that like emphasizes to me that they could definitely be with somebody right now, but it's like their heart's with you. So it's like, what in the third party is going on, group one? It's interesting that that's coming through. Okay, so let's take a look at how they feel. All right, we have the Hierophant reversed. Okay, so this was after the initial cutoff. I felt like there was a sense of feeling free. So whatever you guys were going through, it was like, it was too much for this person. Maybe they don't like conflict. I mean, who does? But like, you know, they don't deal well with conflict. And they felt like, all right, you know, this is how it's going to go down. I actually do get this sense of like acceptance on their part at first. Then I feel like, you know, it really hit them. And I do feel like they felt the loss of it. But, and then with the Ten of Swords reversed, I always get like a glimmer of hope for the connection to be revived, to be rekindled. So it's kind of like they carried with them this sense of like getting back with you against all odds. Then I feel like this person kind of got in this groove where they started really focusing on making money and their goals. And that's like what in a way like helped heal them from this loss from you. And then I feel like that kind of became a high for them, as well as I feel like they met somebody else, or, you know, either way they're with somebody else, and it's kind of like working for them right now, but it's not like their ultimate happiness. I feel like whoever they're with is kind of good on paper for this person, somewhat. I'm not saying they're entirely good for this person, but like, I don't feel like they had that same addictedness as they did with you. So on one hand, I feel like they feel a little bit more balanced and on top of their game, so they could focus on their goals. But on the other hand, they feel like something's missing. That's interesting. Yeah, and then we have a Lover's card here, which, you know, that this card isn't always lovey-dovey and straightforward. Sometimes it is about somebody being on the fence about two people. So that's interesting that that came out. And the 6 definitely represents harmony. Okay, this person wants balance. They want harmony. A part of them almost, okay, it's almost like, you're the riskier choice, even though you're the one they really are into, if that makes sense. Like there's more of an emotional roller coaster with you than this other person. So they might, I don't even want to say like they're the safe bet, but they're like the bet that they just don't have that same fire and desire for. Okay. Like they do you. I want to almost say they're kind of settling, but I feel like they also kind of fit them in a way because they're like they don't have to, I don't know, it's just a very predictable connection compared to with you. You guys brought this fire and this life within their life that really stirred things up, I feel. So I feel like when things were going good, like the highs were high, and when things weren't going good. Like the lows were low. You know, there could have been some heated fights, enough to where you both just cut off from this connection, even if you didn't want to, type of feeling. All right, so let's take a look at the message cards. They say, I miss you. Do you? In fact, I feel called to say, do you miss me? So that's, yeah, okay, so you are definitely on this person's mind. That's why you can't get them off your mind, even if you don't ever hear from them or aren't friends on social media, and they could be with somebody. This person is, you've got their heart, okay? And I don't feel like that's gonna just change. In fact, they may always have a place for you in their heart, even if you two don't ever end up together. I feel like they genuinely care about you, whether or not they ever admit that. Okay, they also say you make me want to do bad things. Okay, so they're definitely like missing how you guys were. Okay, you two definitely had chemistry, this magnetic connectedness. You know, I feel like, yeah, like the passion was on point basically between you two, and they were highly attracted. I'm also getting they miss your light. And it's interesting that I'm saying miss, because I feel like they really do miss all of this about you. They say, you are so beautiful. Why do you need me? Yeah, they view you guys so highly. Possibly even like out of their league. They say you matter. That's what I'm saying. I feel like a genuine, they care about you. Regardless of what went down, regardless if you two ever communicate, ever make things right. They say there is someone else. Exactly. Yes. Okay. Again, there's like so many indicators here. Ooh, yeah. Going back to the staircase. That's a card all about decision. Okay, like this person's weighing like which path to take, which person to choose. Okay, and I feel like it's almost got that feeling of you guys feeling like you're trying out for this person, so to speak. Not that you want to be in that position, but that might somewhat feel like what it feels like to know there was somebody, but they're giving you just enough, again, to keep connected, to keep you interested. Like you both already feel that connectedness and emotion. So that's interesting. Then they say, I feel the same way. So however you're feeling about this person, like deep down, they feel the same way. I do feel like, you know, I just feel like they're really torn, okay? And it could be due to whatever happened. It's kind of, honestly, it's got that feeling of like this person doesn't ever want to lose themselves again. And they just don't know. Like, could you two ever give this a go? And still remain like balanced and harmonious? Because that's what this person is craving in their life, I see, as they squash their goals, basically. Okay, group number 1, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, guys. Hey, group number 2. Okay, so how do they act versus how they actually feel? Okay, so I'm going to use 2 different decks for how they act. All right. So here's what we have first. This is interesting. I'm actually getting, this is like not related, but it came through, that your person likes the color red. I think they feel like they look good in red, and I think they think you look good in red. That's interesting. Okay, so anyway, how do they act? This is definitely somebody who likes to keep things on the low. Okay, I don't feel like this person likes a lot of people in their business, and especially their love life. They like to keep it private. This is like the type of person that either doesn't have social media or like, they've changed their name or something. Okay, I'm just getting like, again, like somebody who's very low-key, doesn't want people in on their business. So I feel like the same goes for you. Like they're kind of keeping you at arm's length right now. Meanwhile, okay, if you do have social media, I see that they are checking you out. Okay, like they're trying to get clues about you, about who you are as a person. So this group feels like a newer connection, okay? So I'm just gonna be blunt. Like if you're wondering about an ex or something, group 1 is definitely the pile for you. But those of you that this is a newer connection, you know, keep watching. Okay, I feel like this connection with you definitely started off as a physical attraction, which a lot do, but I do feel like it quickly though, like this person started being like, wow, like your vibe is different, you're unique, your energy is fresh, you know, like it's like everything about you is just so different than what they're used to, that they're like, you definitely caught their eye, you caught their attention, and I just feel like they didn't expect to catch feelings the way that they are, basically. So I definitely see this person showed you some kind of interest. There was some kind of spark between you two. Even if it was never spoken, that was palpable, okay? Like you both know it, you knew it, you know, and it happened. But then with the mountain, it's like, I'm just getting this back and forth vibe with this person. One minute they would come forward, the next they would back off. They would somehow put a halt to moving forward or showing any interest. Or if you two do communicate, like the communication, then it was there one minute and not the next. Okay, there's definitely some kind of back and forth vibe with this person. And I feel like it kind of leaves you wondering, like, who is this person? Like, am I getting the real them? Like, what is their deal? What is it that they want? Like, this person is such, so back and forth that it leaves you guys always kind of like in the receiver end. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even get to really think, is this even my person? Because you're so busy wondering, like, is this person into me or not? Like, I thought we had something kind of sparked and going on, and then the next minute, like, either they act different or you don't hear from them. Yeah, I see how that is frustrating, you know, like, all right, so let's take a look even further with the tarot on how they're acting. All right, so we have the 3 of Cups reversed, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, so it seems like this person's kind of like, I can't allow myself to be interested in you. Like, I shouldn't, for some reason. Okay, it could be due to another person. Okay, it is the 3 of Cups reversed. Oh boy, now all of a sudden I'm getting a different read with that plus this card. So for some of you, you might have had a rendezvous, a fling, okay, with this person. They may or may not be with somebody. Okay, it's just coming through, and then it's like this person had to back off. Okay, so that message is going to go for some of you. I feel like it's definitely a fewer amount of you. For most of you, what I'm getting is like there was definitely this spark and connectedness between you two, okay? Like that undeniable, we got something going on. I don't know what it is, but I feel it, and it's strong and it's fast, okay? And then like the back off. In fact, the song that's coming to me about you guys is Daft Punk's Something About Us, okay? And like the lyrics in particular are, it might not be the right time, I might not be the right one, but there's something about us I've got to do, some kind of secret I will share with you. I need you more than anyone in my life. Okay, so I'm actually singing like the Owl Eyes version because when I heard that version before Daft Punk, so I'm like, okay, that's like my favorite version of that song. But anyway, check it out though. I do feel like that fits your guys' situation. It's definitely like this thing that's on the low due to whatever reason. Okay, the reason could be different for all of you, but yeah. Okay, so with the Strength card reversed, okay, so I know this is about action, but this card's kind of coming across as a feeling for this person. The action was, though, that they backed off. Okay. And they feel like they're like the cowardly lion due to the fact that they can't own how much they feel for you guys and actually take action for it. So that's really interesting to see that come through. And it's really bizarre and ironic because overall, I feel like this person on your guys' mind does operate from the Strength card here. Okay. They typically are brave, courageous, risk-taking. They're like confident risk takers overall. But man, when it comes to this connection with you and due to whatever is going on in their life, they don't feel like that. They're like the Strength card reversed. In fact, I feel like that could also be a bit of like, woo, like this whirlwind of emotion and you're not sure like what's what. And you just like kind of need a timeout, like a break. And that could also be like why they're backed off a bit. So this person does what any person knows how to do, basically, to feel more confident. And it's diving into whatever they're really good at, I feel. And for this person, I actually do feel like it's whatever they do for a living, okay? Or whatever they're working on, you know, doing for a living. I'm just getting like them just diving into that boss mode, go-getter-like energy. That's also 2 major arcana here. So yeah, that really does emphasize like the powerful connectedness you two feel for each other. And I'm getting like 2 different things with these 2 cards here. So on one hand, I feel like the action that they're going to take around the time that you hear this video, or it could be sometime before or after, okay, the video is timeless, so it doesn't matter, but all of a sudden they're gonna shift. It's gonna be like they remembered who they are, you know what I mean? And they're back in their confident mode. They're ready to close the gap between you and them, is what I'm seeing with this Chariot card here. But we also have the 9 of Wands, so that's a little conflicting. It is moving forward. It is this person will have gone through the ringer, okay, to possibly get to the point where all of a sudden they're going like gung-ho with you. Like they're going, you know, taking that leap of faith. But I do get a bit of cautiousness. So it's almost like they do feel like, you know, being with you is a bit of a gamble. Either way, group 2, I do see action towards you. And it possibly could come out of nowhere, is like the feeling I'm getting. So just as you feel like you know how this is going, it's like all of a sudden with that Chariot energy, it's just like abrupt and it's definite and direct, you know? I feel like that's how this person likes to operate, no matter what they're doing in life, whether they're pursuing a relationship or doing their job. So it only makes sense, you know, that they tap into that and then go full force with this idea with you. But I do, again, even when they do that, they're going to go a little back and forth with you with the 9 of Wands here. So even though that's like moving forward, it's moving forward with a bit of reserve, a bit of caution, a bit of it's going to take them a little bit more time than they realized, is what I'm seeing. Okay, before we get into the feelings, let's take a look at the overall energy. And I'm doing this on purpose in the middle, so like it wouldn't take away from their how they act. We have the Knight of Cups, okay? So I feel like their intentions are pure with you. Like, this is legit. It's not just in your head. Regardless of how they're acting, they feel like they really don't have a choice right now except to kind of keep things on the low, is what I'm seeing. But yeah, I do see them wanting this connection with you romantically, though, as far as that goes. Okay, so let's take a look at how they feel. All right, so we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so, okay, that makes me feel like the minute they saw you, even if they were with somebody, they were like, what? Like, you appear like their dream girl or guy, okay? Like, they manifested you, they wished you into existence, and here you are, okay? It's like, what do you do with that? You know what I mean? Like, you're not trying to do wrong by anybody, but every now and then somebody walks into your life unexpectedly that just, like, stirs up, you know, all these emotions and this whirlwind of, like, you don't even know what's going on. I feel like that was you guys for this person. And that, too, again, like I said, like, can make them feel like this confident boss that knows where their life is going, and then all of a sudden they're like, it's got that, like, eek feeling to it. Like this mighty lion turned into a cub all of a sudden. But yeah. Then we have the Queen of Wands. So this person was like, yeah, sure, looks may have drawn you to, you know, that may have caught their eye, but it's like you guys showed up like the Queen of Wands basically to this person, even though this is their feeling card, and they're just like, wow, like you're like their match, you know, you're attractive, you're confident, your energy is vibrant, it's like everything about you is magnetic, you know, you're charismatic, it's like they can't get enough of you. You just have everything that they want in a person, you know what I mean? And it's like, they're kind of like, what am I supposed to do with this? Especially if they're with somebody. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So that is definitely showing, you know, more with the Mountain card than the Chariot. The Chariot might as well be like a little more farther in the timeline here. But, yeah, this is their, like, feeling stuck in a situation and, like, they can't move forward like they want to when they first meet you is what I'm seeing. So it's kind of like they had to put you on the back burner. But, like, they never lost that spark, that connectedness, the emotions. And then we have, you know, with both of you kind of just, like, I feel like they feel kind of like lonely with the Hermit reversed here. It's just got this feeling of like not what they wanted, not being with you is not what they want. Okay. In fact, they feel lit, inspired, and like anything is possible when they do entertain the thought of you two being together. There's something about you guys that just inspires this person, and I feel like it's just the way that you are. I mean, yes, you know, you might create stuff, you might, whatever you do for a living, or, you know, just period, ignites this creative flame within them, I feel. But like I said, like, even more so than whatever it is that you do, it's like how you are, you know? Just makes them fully want to be how they are. So if nothing else, it's got this feeling like this person's never going to forget you. Okay, this was one of those connections where you definitely both sparked this flame, ignited like this flame within. I do feel like, again though, like with the action, they do want to come towards you though, and it is going to be abrupt. Like it's going to be when you don't expect it. In fact, you may have been like kind of surrendered and I want to say gave up, but kind of, you know, gave up, like just kind of like figured, well, this is reality, right? Nothing's happening, so I should move on. And in that, I feel like all of a sudden, that's like when this abrupt shift is going to happen. Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's take a look at the message cards. They say, I hope you'll wait for me. Okay, so that again signifies that the timing isn't quite right for this person to move forward. But again, I feel like it's in the, I don't want to say give up, but it's like in the surrendering to what is, you know, which could be that nothing's happening. It's like that is where I see like some kind of shift happening. Okay, and then they say, you already know. Okay, that could be in regards to Like, quit playing, you know that I want you to. Okay, it's got that kind of feeling to it, but it could also be whatever it is that is the obstacle between you guys. And they say I'm terrified. Okay, that goes back to the Cowardly Lion. Yeah, I was seeing that, and it's so strange to me because this person overall is courageous, but this whole thing has kind of shaken them up. Not knowing what to do, like knowing where their life was going to all of a sudden not having a clue and feeling kind of in the dark and having to surrender to the unknown. They say I'm manifesting you. Okay, but what's funny about that is I feel like this person feels like they did manifest you, and now it's like the ball they feel like is in their court, and with them not feeling like they're able to do anything is what makes me feel like the Cowardly Lion. They say I'm open to compromise. Okay, so I do feel like they know, like, a heart-to-heart communication. A heart-to-heart conversation with you is what's needed to, get you to understand, get you to hear their side of things, and then, like, you both can make a decision on what to do. If I follow you, I could lose everything. Okay, so it's not actually everything, but it would be something. Okay, so it's definitely like, they'd be rocking the boat somehow. And this is definitely I'm getting is a newer connection. Even if you guys have known each other for years, I feel like it's still new as far as like what you know about each other. Also getting past life vibes, so I feel like regardless of how new it is and how little you guys have actually spoken, I do sense that there is like a past life connectedness where you two feel like you've known each other. Like there's definitely this familiarity. And then they say, listen to your heart. Okay, so it does all end up boiling down to you guys checking in with yourself, your intuition, and seeing like, is this the person or not, Okay, group number 2, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and if it does, don't forget to give it a like. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, guys. Hey, group number 3. Okay, so how they act versus how they actually feel. All right, so I'm going to use 2 decks to show how they act. This is interesting. I feel like this person definitely acts like you're the person that they want to build a life with. Okay, I'm getting there was definitely this mutual attraction, this mutual wanting to take things to the next level commitment-wise with the man and the woman card here. That's like 2 people who aren't playing around. They see each other as who they want. I actually need to take more cards out though before getting into this further. So I'm actually reading the anchor like 2 different ways. So on one hand, I do feel like this person locked it down with you, okay, or is in the process of doing so, or was, okay, like everybody's going to be in a different place, when they hear this video, as far as, are you with this person, are you about to be with this person, or were you with this person? Okay, this is like the first reading where I'm getting like everything for you guys. Okay, I actually feel called to put all the cards out. Okay, so this is also for how they're acting, the tarot, and then how they feel. For some of you, I'm actually getting this person could be long distant. Okay, I'm just getting like tons of water here. The anchor, the 8 of cups, the Queen of cups. Yeah, especially the anchor and the 8 of cups. I'm just getting like either you guys live by water, they live overseas, there's a distance. Okay, they move, they travel for work. Could be military, could work on a boat, a cruise, just something like that. Group 3, if you feel like sharing what that is, feel free, because I'm finding that interesting that water is really standing out to me. Okay, so this person acts interested, group 3. So if that's not your story, feel free to click another pile, but they act interested. In fact, I feel like at first, like you both were overjoyed. at the thought of this connection. There's a real excitement, okay? And I feel like you're both pretty adventurous and fun and spontaneous, so it was like you both were like this mirror for that. And so because things were so mutual, it was like things happened quickly. But okay, here's where it kind of tells a bit of a different story. With the Ace of Pentacles reversed, I feel like you guys got off to a rocky start, though, or didn't quite take off. Okay, because the Page of Wands here is kind of like a firecracker going off, like the excitement, you know, and fast. And then all of a sudden, the Ace of Pentacles reversed is like it just coming back down, okay? Like it never got the momentum that it deserved, is what I'm seeing. So with the Whip card here, you guys might have got into it. It might have been some either heated debate or argument. I'm just getting a real fiery energy, and you know, something where there's like a disconnect or a cutoff from this connection, even though this is what you both want. So I do see, if they're not already, with the Justice card, they do want to make things right with you, okay? They're intelligent. They know a catch when they see one. They know that whatever it is that you two got into it about isn't worth it. And with the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like that's just them trying to build themselves up, build their life up, and they see you being in their future, okay? This isn't somebody that's playing around. And I don't feel like you guys are either. This is a very no-nonsense vibe, which is great to see, Group 3. Like, oh my gosh, so refreshing. I was getting such mixed messages with you guys before. Oh no, though. Okay, hold up. There is the feelings, though, and there is something a little odd about that. Okay, so this person, again, I'm getting the theme, like, about moving. Not wanting to. I feel like you're the one they want. Or when they cut off from this connection, they didn't want to, but they felt like they had to. Okay. It could be for some of you, too. This was somebody you were with back in the day, and then due to work or wherever your guys' paths took you, you had to break it off, and then I see you two coming back together. Okay, there's something like that. There's a bit of back and forthness, but not in the typical back and forthness way. It's more like something you both felt like you had to do for the time being, and now it's like you're coming back. Yeah, and with the Queen of Cups, this person, I feel like they have nothing, it's a very sweet energy. It's a very genuine, I care for you type of energy. Yeah, it's a very heartfelt connection. A lot of water and fire vibes with this group. Something, though, going on with the Knight of Wands here, though. Okay. Somebody might have done something that made the other one jealous. And that could be what the heated fight and disconnect was about. Even though I don't feel like either one of you were over this connection. And I do get the overall sense that regardless of what it was, this person wants to make things right. So if this person was jealous about something with you, I feel like they're self-realized enough to realize that they need to work on this trait, on this pattern that they have. Yeah, especially with the Death card reversed. So on one hand, I feel like that is in regards to not wanting to let go of this connection with you. But on the other hand, I feel like it's also them trying to work on this pattern they have. You guys, though, when you are on point, like, you're awesome together, I feel. Very fiery, very adventurous, fun, and spontaneous. Like, you guys bring out kind of like the life of the party vibe with each other. Really get each other out of each other's comfort zone, trying new things and just expanding who you are as a person, okay? More of your limitless nature is what I'm seeing. So that's cool. It's like you two know how to elevate. But on the other hand, it's kind of like when you get into it, it gets very fiery, fast. Like that fire that's good turns into the fire that's not so good, you know? And I'm just getting the message, like, be mindful of your words, both of you, because in fact, it's probably wise not to say anything when you both are so overheated, you know, or triggered, because you it's hard to take that back, you know, and it's not worth ruining something that could be amazing because of a temporary trigger. Okay, so the overall theme with you and this person is the Hangman. I feel like you both have had to surrender this connection, surrender into the unknown, and really see, like, I feel like the time apart was a good thing for you two, is what I'm trying to say. When looked at from a different perspective, it's like this person did need to work on whatever pattern they have when they get in a relationship that sabotages the connection, is what I'm seeing. And honestly, I feel like you both kind of had to step back, gain a new perspective on things, and then come together. Because I really do see you guys being like a power couple. It's just, you know, being mindful when things get heated. All right, let's take a look at the message cards. All right, they say, I am coming, trust. Maybe, okay, so that's interesting. I feel like when this person starts getting in their head, they're kind of like, oh, I don't know that I should. I don't know that we can repair it. And that's, again, where that Hangman energy comes in. And it's like they need to take a step back and gain a new perspective, you know, see this through different eyes. In fact, the word trust in this card is standing out to me. I feel like this person needs to learn how to trust. Trust in the bigger picture. Trust in their partner, you know, and relinquish control. Surrender to the unknown, you know. They say, I never imagined so much perfection. So they really do view you guys highly. I need time for me. Okay, we saw that. So maybe they did walk away for their own sake. For both of your sake, you know. But I do see them wanting to come back around. This love scares me. Okay. I could feel that because of the whip card here. It's like, emotions got too heightened about something. I still don't have all the answers. Okay, so it sounds like a heart-to-heart conversation with you guys is needed. It's that I just want you all the time. Okay, yeah. That's what I was getting, is this person is definitely like addicted to this connection, and I feel like, you know, they can get out of balance. And I feel like that's also what Justice card is representing here under the whip, is that this person knows when they're off balance, they get real fiery, you know, and they need to tone it down. They need that balance. So, you know, I feel like it's all good. They definitely have feelings for you. It's just this person is really trying to work on themselves, is what I'm seeing. When insecurity and being, you know, emotional starts hitting them. They do. They need to take some time out for themselves and then come back with a new perspective while trusting in the unknown and the unfolding of this, is what I'm seeing. Okay, group number 3, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, guys.